Very well, we are back. Many thanks for joining us on this second hour of Bizcheck. And as mentioned, we are deepening diplomacy in Kenya. And to be more specific, we'll be looking at protocol perspective. What exactly is protocol and how important is it in our country? We'll be looking at that. Allow me to, because of the interest of time, to introduce my panelists. Apollo John, who is the CEO, Protocol Hub International. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
It's a good thing that you'll have to explain to us how diplomacy differs from protocol so that we may get deep into what protocol is.
Thank you so much. As you have introduced me, I'm Apollo John, CEO of Protocol Hub International. I'm a protocol and etiquette expert with a span of over 13 years of experience. Now, diplomacy generally is how nations, governments relate with one another and other institutions. Protocol is a component of diplomacy. That relationship between institutions, between governments, between individuals is anchored on protocol perspectives. I'll give you an example. When Kenya is hosting COMESA, that's a kind of international interaction and relation. What other components that are involved is what we call protocol. How presidents are received.
Yes.
Who speaks after who. Who sits where the flag is placed.
Yes.
That's a component called protocol.
Who speaks first?
Who speaks first. Yes, what we call order of precedence. So protocol, these are rules, regulations, conventions that guides the interactions between states, between nations, between institutions and individuals. So the conduct is what we call protocol. Thank you.
How important is a protocol, especially you mentioned how we relate here and there. How important is it?
Very important. Without protocol, things can go in a bad state. For example, if a country, let's say South Sudan, comes to Kenya and finds their flag placed upside down. You see, that's a protocol aspect. It might jeopardize the relationship that was existing. It might jeopardize, even there was a peace agreement to be signed. The moment a nation finds maybe their flag not well placed or placed upside down, automatically they'll get offended and they might even run away or walk away from that peace agreement. So protocol plays a very key. When another president arrives in this country and the where you put him to sit is not conforming to the position where he or she feels he should sit, that head of state will be offended. As long as a leader is offended, be sure that you will jeopardize the relationship that you're going to have. You saw the scenario whereby the Somali kids were stepping on the Kenyan flag.
Oh, during Chan.
During Chan.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah.
It was, Kenyans were angry at Somalis. How do you step on our national flag? Do you know what happened? When the Somali ambassador went to the studio to apologize to Kenyans for what happened, imagine they again put the Kenyan flag upside down. So we have a scenario. The Somalis have stepped on Kenyan flag.
Yes.
And the Kenyans are angry at Somali and say, you can't do this. You can't disrespect our flag, national flag, because it's a symbol of authority. Now the ambassador goes on stage to apologize to the Republic of Kenya for the conduct of the Somali kids stepping on the flag. During that apology, they forgot and put the Kenyan flag again upside down. That's how important protocol is.
Two for the price of one. That's how
important protocol is.
You have now to sit down and discuss about these two events that have already happened before you even talk about anything else. It's a good thing that you've mentioned that. What are some of the most common mistakes that you see people do when it comes to protocol? And sometimes you'll find somebody stepping on a carpet that is waiting for a king or for without even knowing.
Yes. The major mistakes people make in protocol, one thing I've highlighted about flag protocol, which is very key, what we call the placement of flags. There's what we call the position of honor. If Kenya is hosting Uganda, where do you put the Kenyan flag? This is what we call the position of honor. Right of the speaker and left of the audience. So flag placement is very key. The level of the flag post, the type of the flag that you're putting. You find some people put torn flags and all that. So flag is a key issue. Another aspect that is very key in protocol, seating arrangements is very, very key. Who sits where? People make mistakes. Host and guest, who sits where? Always the guest is hosted on the right. On the right, all the time. If you check, our President Ruto has been very keen on that. There's a video when Museveni came to State House and they were supposed to take a photo and he was on the left of the visiting president. He had to switch to make sure the visiting head of state is on his right. I've seen scenarios whereby you find the host having his guest on the left. So always the host has to sit on the right. So what you call the position is very key in protocol. There's what you call cultural aspects of protocol. Greetings. You have seen how other heads of states, without mentioning them, getting embarrassed. You are extending a handshake to a Muslim female who will decline your handshake. You see, if you're not aware of the cultural perspective of another country or other cultures, you might get embarrassed. So handshake and greetings, we have several mistakes happening there. You extend a handshake and they decline, you see, because you're not aware of their culture. Another mistake that happens in protocol perspective, what we call gifting. You have a guest. What kind of gift are you going to give this guest? Have you researched? Have you known this kind of guest? What will they accept as a gift and what will they not? I always tell people, like, if you are having a Chinese delegation coming to KBC and you feel, oh, they are really good people, and you decide to give them a clock, a wall clock, they'll run away. In China, a wall clock is a symbol of death. They are timing their death. So there are certain gifts that you cannot give to certain people from a certain region. For example, you cannot give Indians any item that is made of leather. You see? If they don't know the source, they worship cows. So if you give them leather items that they don't know whose source, they might decline. So gifting is another area where protocol plays a very key role. There are other areas that we can talk about, mistakes that people make in protocol. So protocol plays a very key role.
And how has it adapted to modern working spaces, a corporation like KBC and other institutions?
Now, last month, I was in Budapest, in Hungary. We had what we call the World Protocol Matters Conference. And I was privileged to represent East Africa as a speaker. My topic during the World Protocol Matters Conference was protocol beyond the foreign service. You know, people have known protocol to be foreign affairs, protocol to be state house, protocol to be president. Beyond that, we said, protocol matter is for the government. Protocol plays a key role in our corporate, in our private institutions. What we call stakeholder engagement is a component of protocol. Customer care is a component of protocol. How you receive a guest, how you make them feel during their stay in your institution, how you accord them the respect is an aspect of protocol. So protocol has transformed and transcends beyond the foreign affairs and beyond the state. Protocol is a component that now we have to adhere to our private institution because it plays a key role. It is the anchor, how we relate with other institutions, how we conduct ourselves as an institution. If we adhere to protocol perspective and etiquette, there's another component called etiquette. Then you are able to conduct your businesses in a good way. The example I gave of a gift applies to a private institution because in these institutions, you give gifts, you receive gifts. Gift giving is a component of protocol. If you go wrong on that, you might not make things go well. So protocol has transcended from the state, the foreign affairs, and it's a very key component into our private institutions.
Let's handle it in a more practical way.
Yes.
You as Protocol Hub International, how
Yes.
do you approach cultural intelligence and
Yes.
situations where we need cultural etiquette?
Yes.
You have to do your homework well,
We have to
especially
do
when it
our
comes to
homework.
international events.
Yes, when it comes to international events, we have done several events. That's our key area, events management. And I'm privileged that I've studied protocol. I'm a lawyer by training, but I did my master's module in protocol and diplomacy from Brussels, which we don't have many institutions in our region offering protocol as a course. I'm happy that the University of Nairobi, under the Department of Diplomacy, has integrated protocol in their studies at the international relations and diplomacy. And I'm taking the students of international relations on protocol, because protocol is a key component. Now, when it comes to cultural awareness, when recently, last week, we were privileged as Protocol Hub to receive the Queen of Zulu from South Africa. She's the CEO of Eswatini Bank, the Bank of Eswatini Republic. She was visiting Kenya under the Lilian Gala Network. And as Protocol Hub, we were privileged to have been given the opportunity to receive the Queen from the airport, a reception, a accommodation, an event. So before you do that, you have to know the cultural perspective of that nation, or of the guest you are receiving. So we always make sure that we are aware of the cultural perspectives. We know what to be done. We advise the principals. If you are the host, we'll advise you on what should be done and what should not be done. How you should greet the Queen, where she should walk, the dress code during the event, and all that. So we advise institutions, we invite dignitaries and corporates on cultural awareness wherever there's any kind of function. Yes.
Let's also do a practical one.
Yes.
You have had situations where the protocol has been breached.
Yes.
How do you remedy that
Yes.
before it becomes embarrassing?
You know, one thing that we always talk about, when things go well, nobody recognizes protocol. If anything goes wrong, protocol becomes the symbol of blame.
Yeah.
You see? If you can have a very beautiful function, nothing goes wrong, people will go home. And nobody. But if you find a situation where there's a protocol breach, it will become the topic of the day. I get the point.
Yeah.
So protocol generally is about, people will not remember your name, people will not remember your dress code, but they'll remember how you made them feel. See, we have had breaches in protocol. What we always do as protocol experts is to diffuse the breaches. You might find there's a breach. How quickly do you run? How quickly do you solve the issue? I've had situation, you saw what happened during the African Forward Summit when President Kagame arrived and there was some commotion at the entrance. He had to wait a bit, you see. Of course, people were saying that the protocol department didn't do their work well because Kagame had to wait for almost a minute or two before he entered. But that's not the case, you see. He was received very well, brought to the door. At the entrance, there were commotion, you see, which they had not anticipated that there will be commotion at the entrance. What could he do? He had to wait. Of course, it was projected as a protocol breach. How can a head of state wait to enter KICC? You see? But immediately, the security team and the protocol team came in place and made sure that his entrance to the KICC was made easy and possible. So breaches do happen. It's normal. In every function, you'll find a breach. But what we always train our people is to ensure that we have the map, what we call in protocol, what we call the map. You make sure that your guests are well received, the protocol team are well trained and briefed so that they know at this moment who sits where, who is being received at this point, where they're going to stay, all those aspects. The briefing is the key in protocol, and what we call attention to details, so that you make sure everything goes as planned. When there's a breach, you don't project it, but how do you diffuse it so that it's not projected further? Yes.
Let's go to an even more serious situation.
Yes.
You've given us some of the examples
Yes,
of protocol breach.
Yes.
Let's assume, for example, our brothers from Somali who are stepping on the Kenyan flag, and it caused a diplomatic tiff. When it comes to from protocol breach to diplomatic breach, how do you reconcile this as an expert?
Diplomatic breach, we have had situations, of course.
Okay, you've had situations where now it is from protocol now to diplomatic tiff.
Yes. Now, there's what we call apologies. Apologies are done through what we call not verbal. Not verbal is a document or a communication from one nation to another, either communicating an aspect or giving an apology. The first way in diplomacy to ensure that there's peace, there's the coexistence between the nations is not jeopardized, is through apology. It's the way out. Always, all nations, where there's a breach of a protocol between a nation and another nation, the best way that has been done and is being done is through apologies. You make sure you apologize immediately to the country that has been offended. The moment you apologize, then you correct the mistake. Taking the point, you make sure that thing does not happen again. Otherwise, if it has happened, it has happened. There's nothing you can do. But the best way in diplomatic perspective, we have what called apologies. It happens everywhere. And some nations, of course, try to be stubborn not to apologize. They feel their ego and all that. But in the diplomatic world, apology is, because diplomacy is about peace. I got the point. It's about peace, peaceful coexistence between nations. And you can only coexist in a peaceful way if you've been offended or somebody has offended you. Apology is the way to go.
And you rightly mentioned that in this region and the country as well, institutions like yours are not many. So many people, and even the course itself is not quite taught. But we really need these protocols. One is because we interact in schools, in workplaces, in government. So as an expert in the field, what standard frameworks should institutions adopt to ensure we have a seamless transition or a seamless event?
Thank you so much. That's why what formed the thought of Protocol Hub International. I always give my history. I'm a lawyer. I was employed or appointed as chief of protocol, Homa Bay County government. I didn't have any background in protocol. But people will ask me questions about protocol. The chief of protocol, it disturbed me so much. And now, what do I do? I have no knowledge about this. This is what formed my position when I tried to look around also to find where I can train or learn protocol. I didn't get better institutions. That's why I went all the way to Brussels, Belgium, to do my master's module in protocol. And from there I went to ICC at The Hague for my internship also. When I came back, I didn't finish there. I also went back to the Protocol School of Washington in USA for my certification as a global protocol and etiquette trainer. When I came back, of course, I continued my work as chief of protocol, then later went to the Lake Region Economic Bloc. I realized there are many people who want to learn about protocol, who want to be trained on protocol, but they lack institutions or they lack where to train from. I looked at it and said, this is a niche. We came up with Protocol Hub International as a premier consulting and training institution. And we have been accredited by NITA to offer certifications in protocol and etiquette and matters of diplomacy. And another thing that I thought is the way to go is also to embody this into our institutions. I'm happy that we signed an MOU with the University of Nairobi. The students at the University of Nairobi are currently doing protocol, which is a component. We have done this with USIU when they're having their cultural week and all that. Protocol Hub International train their students and the team about protocol. We have done simulation also with the Daystar University. We have taken them through diplomatic protocol and dinner. It's a practical perspective, how things are done. So the only way out is to ensure that we project this and also train institutions. We also do training to private institutions. Like we can come to KBC and take them through the basics of protocol, the basics of etiquette, the basics of stakeholder engagement, dress code, dining, all those aspects, so that people are aware of what is this protocol? Because people just talk about protocol, but in real sense, they don't know what to. Yet, we practice protocol every day. When you're leaving your house, how you're dressing, the choice of shirt, and all this. These are aspects of protocol and etiquette. You see, where do you sit and all those things. But these are the most ignored key issue in this world.
Yes. And it's a good thing that you've mentioned that, because when it comes to many corporates, they would argue that this is an unnecessary, expenditure.
Yes.
So how do we reconcile this? Because it, just like you said, protocol is everywhere.
Yes.
But many institutions, including universities, including other tertiary institutions, do not want to spend money on protocol.
Yes. This happens a lot. We have had situations where we have been approached by various corporates. And or we have done proposals to certain corporates to undertake their staff on matters of protocol. Often do you get a reply, is it necessary? You see, why do you spend money on matters of etiquette, matters of protocol? Some of them look at it as unnecessary spending, but it's very expensive not to train your people. It becomes cheaper when you have a trained personnel. I get the point. When your personnel are trained, they'll not make mistakes in any institutions. If you know how to receive a guest, you know who sits where, you know the courtesies that you're supposed to offer to a guest. For example, if a guest comes, you don't need to greet them while sitting. You see, these are basic. Somebody will enter your office, and the moment you stand up, shake their hands, they feel at home. You see, the people, how people project you as an institution. When you go somewhere and say, I'm so and so from KBC, someone look at you the way you are dressed. You see, that alone commands respect. You see, when somebody wants to talk to you, already in their mind they have formed a perception about this gentleman. You see, things to do with the business card. How do you present a business card? When you go to a forum and you have a business card, the way you give it to me and the way I take it, if I'm somebody who is protocol oriented and knowledgeable, I'll just feel this one. For example, you give me a business card and I put it in my back pocket. I said, this guy is not serious, you see? But if you give it to me, how do you hand it over to me? With the two hands, I looked at it, I looked it, where do I keep it? Already you're forming a perception. I think the relationship, somebody feels, okay, see, this person intends to have a communication with me. So protocol is very key to our institutions. Protocol is very key to our corporates. And this is something that we have to embody. It transcends beyond the business perspective. You'll make more business if your staff are well polished and well trained on matters of protocol and etiquette. I was giving an example to a friend of mine that you had a staff who went somewhere for a dinner. The way you interact with the forks and the napkins and the spoons and all that, what we call dining with confidence. You see, you are a CEO of an institution. You are taken to a table, you are in front, everybody is looking at you. You don't even know how to interact with this. People tuck in the napkin here and you get embarrassed. You see, it's not here. People have seen that a lot. Even to our dignitaries, find somebody putting a napkin here. There's no position where you put a napkin here. You see, the only position is on your lap.
I think we picked it from kids, you know.
No, those are for beans for kids.
That's where we picked it, because
which is wrong.
We are big kids.
Yes, which is wrong. Nowhere. You go to a proper dinner and you're a dignitary because you don't know, you start and you're embarrassed and you don't know. You see, those things form a perspective about who you are, how knowledgeable you are, and how people interact with you. You don't want to be embarrassed on the table. The moment you're embarrassed and somebody corrects you, you'll feel a bit timid. You might not even interact with the people further. But if you have confidence, you know, this is the right way how to do things, it gives you another momentum on how to interact. So knowledge about protocol and etiquette will also help us interact with others, network, and make sure we do business in a proper way.
It's a good thing that Protocol Hub, you are coming out to at least fill in the big gap that is there.
Yes.
My question is, post-pandemic,
Yeah.
We had, meetings, but now
Yeah.
we have a lot of virtual meetings.
Yes.
You'll find an Africa, Middle East,
Yes.
virtual
Meeting.
conference or
Yes,
something.
yes.
How do we deal with this? Because
Yes.
you will find that maybe when you go there, you have somebody to explain to you this is what we'll do. This. But when it
Yeah.
comes to virtual,
Yes.
You're meeting that person maybe for the first time.
Yes.
And
Virtually.
and
Yes.
you wonder, how am I supposed to go through this? What advice can you give?
Protocol also has evolved. What we have now as the current protocol is not what was there before, because protocol actually originated from the Greek, when they used to write the names of those who are going to be on duty on the doors of the kings and all that. It already protocol. It originated from that. It transformed. We have a digital era. We have virtual meetings. Actually, we also train on virtual meetings and virtual etiquette.
Yeah.
You see, you're going to have a meeting. How do you dress, first of all? I've seen people who, being embarrassed, is wearing a shirt very well, but down there's maybe a short. You see, it happens.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they'll only see.
And we have seen that.
Yeah, you have seen videos, somebody forgets.
Yeah.
And what time do you arrive? What time do you log in? I get the point. Where are you going to have the meeting? I get the point. Where is the environment? Is there an environment where kids are going to be crying or dogs are barking here and there, interference, all that thing?
Yeah.
So the environment you have also is very key when you're going to have virtual meetings. The aspect that you brought, that you're meeting somebody for the first time virtually, of course, there's no personal touch or personal interaction. I get the point. But before that, of course, the issues to do with titles is very key.
Yeah.
For example, you're having a virtual meeting with the U.S. ambassador. You see, protocol will teach you, even if you're not interact with this person on a physical level, it's virtual. There's an aspect of protocol on how do you address these people. That's the point. What we call titles in protocol. This is another mistake, and where we have had breaches in protocol, where you address somebody with a title that is not his or hers. People call ambassadors high commissioners. People call high commissioners ambassadors. There's a difference?
Yes.
Yes. Of course, high commissioners are representatives of Commonwealth countries.
Yes.
Ambassadors are non-Commonwealth countries.
Yeah.
The U.S. ambassador to Kenya.
Yes. The
British High Commission
to Kenya. Okay.
And they reside in the High Commission.
Yeah.
Ambassador reside in the embassies. So if people confuse this a lot, you find somebody, oh, thank you, ambassador.
And there's a high commissioner.
It's a high commissioner, you see. So titles matters, you see. Somebody's a doctor. Do you give them that doctor? Somebody's a president, a governor, a deputy president. What titles do you give them? See? So titles also matters. In virtual meetings, how you address those people, the titles you give them also matters. So the world is transforming and we are still going far. So protocol is also catching up. The moment you are not having the physical interactions, the virtual aspect of it, also there are protocol and etiquette that are involved. How do you log off and all that? How do you start the meeting? So we keep on.
There's this situation you find that, for example, you're here and I'll ask you, your professor, Apollo,
Yes.
Is that okay with you? Is that good etiquette? Asking whether somebody is comfortable with
the title
that you've given that person.
There are titles that are earned. Professor, doctor, they form part of your name. Then there are titles that are conferred to you by third parties. Honorable, you see, Your Excellency, you see. I've seen our honorable members of county assemblies, members of the National Assembly, the Senate, introducing themselves that I am Honorable Apollo John. That's wrong. You see?
Is it?
Yes. You mention your name and the position. I am Apollo John, member of National Assembly for this constituency. When you mention your name, the title, it's asked to refer to you as honorable. But you don't refer to yourself as honorable.
Okay.
This
I
is
didn't
a
know
title that is conferred to you by third party. You see? Don't introduce yourself.
I'm Dr. Njoe. But
doctor is okay.
Yes, because that I've earned.
You have earned.
But if I become an MCA in my
MCA,
place,
you are so and so MCA for this. As the third parties.
We're supposed not to call you honorable.
You're going to refer to you. Honorable is a title and.
It's a learning experience as well.
But it's common.
Yeah.
I'm honorable so-and-so. No. Say your name and the position you hold. Then people will refer, as when referring to you, will refer to you, honorable so-and-so. But don't confer to yourself. No. In protocol, it's wrong.
Well, I think then with that, Shimiwas need to come to your institution.
They need to learn a lot.
Still on the same, because many people don't know that. I didn't know that. You just educated me right here.
That's it.
And I've seen and I've noticed Kenya is moving towards ensuring that we expand. Just like you said, University of Nairobi is also incorporating protocol studies in their diplomacy studies.
Yes.
Why is it so important that we need to cascade this into or spread this into other institutions like university, our TVETs as well? Why is it that important?
You know, Kenya currently is a diplomatic hub for the region and globally. You see, we have had very many international conferences taking place. And
even peace processes.
You see, and without praising, our president has projected Kenya to a global stage where our nation or our name is mentioned wherever any global decision is being made. Kenya is at the table, you see, as a decision maker. We have expanded this. Protocol, as you have seen, there are many people who have been employed. I give myself an example. When I was employed without any protocol knowledge, we need to ensure that our youths, our students, and other individuals in other institutions are trained on the protocol and etiquette. When you respect protocol, you respect the institution. When you respect protocol, you respect the government. And when you respect protocol, you respect individuals. The moment that respect is there, the moment you respect protocol, that respect alone is a respect to an individual. That respect of protocol is a respect to a certain institution and a respect to the government. So the moment we value protocol as a key component in our society, then things will move in a better way. We'll have easy interaction. We'll not be offending people everywhere and there. Of course, we'll look better, the way we conduct ourselves, the way we greet one another, the way we communicate to one another. We'll not have these small issues of protocol mishaps taking place. So the moment we integrate this in society, then we'll have a better society to live in.
I think that was a very noble task when you partnered with the University of Nairobi to ensure that this is in the university curricula, not just an on-job training. I'm also looking at, you have served in county governments.
Yes.
And you also, now you're seeing it from a very different perspective on some of the very many protocol errors that are currently in county governments. Which are some of these, and what have you done as an institution that deals with the protocol, that is Protocol Hub, to maybe train? Have you trained a couple of counties? And where are we?
Yes, thank you so much. When we had the new dispensation of the devolved systems of government, we have the national government and the county government. I'm lucky I was among the first, I think I was the first ever to be appointed as chief of protocol of a county government. Then later we had other counties being appointed. And people are wondering, protocol, because if you look at the, we had what we call TA, Transitional Authority. The only position that were given to the governor were chief of staff, the PA, economic advisor, and political advisor. Protocol was not one of them. But later, of course, we looked at the importance of protocol in a county government, and we had it. It has been total chaos. Chaos everywhere. People don't know how to receive guests. People don't know how to conduct themselves in the counties. It was a mess, but we struggled. You have a national government coming in, you don't know the order of precedence, who flanks or who ranks after who. You see, so it has been a bit of a rough journey in the counties to ensure that we have a smooth transition, that we have a smooth coexistence between the county government and the national government. What you have asked is very keen. As somebody who has been in the county, there's need for our county officials or county protocol team to be trained on protocol. Periodically, we offer protocol trainings, open trainings. We always publish them, and we have individuals applying to come and we undertake them through. We have weekly, we have monthly training, we have online trainings on protocol, and some of the individuals whom we have trained are also from the counties. The other county that we have also gone and trained individually, like we did a training the other time for Bomet County Government. We sat with the entire staff, the chief of staff, the county secretary, the protocol team, and took them through the basics of protocol in a county government, in a nation perspective, international perspective. So this is something that we're integrating into our counties to ensure that our county teams are also trained on protocol. And again, protocol training is so beneficial. It's not only for the county. If you are trained on protocol, even if you leave the county, this is knowledge that you will carry forward. Currently, as the CEO of Protocol Lab internationally, if I didn't train as a protocol expert when I was at the county, maybe now I will not be training other people on protocol. So I always urge our county team that they need to take protocol trainings very serious, because this is something that will be beneficial to them, even at the county or later in life. So it's an area that we are really trying to integrate to ensure that we cascade this to the counties.
You will be telling us, and you'll be telling young Kenyans and managers how they can, command some respect because of just etiquette. In case you joined us, we have been talking about deepening diplomacy in Kenya, and more specifically when it comes to protocol perspective. And my guest this morning is Apollo John, who is the CEO, Protocol Hub International. Because of the interest of time, allow me to just point these rapid-fire questions in regards to matters protocol. We've talked about the challenges of, in the country we do not have many institutions of learning to ensure that. And that's why you have also partnered with the University of Nairobi to ensure that we also have. How important is this, especially when it cascades down to our everyday life? Because just like you said, this is something that we cannot avoid. And this is something that you have, something you have or you do not have, something that you know or you do not know. You have also educated me on some of the things that we should be knowing. And we now want to know how important is it to cascade these efforts and these lessons to our institutions. And for the students who would want, or anybody interested to learn more about protocol, what is the steps?
Yes. Thank you so much. As I told you earlier, we, as Protocol Lab International, we do training and consulting on matters of protocol and etiquette, diplomatic protocol. Then we also offer courses on protocol. We have courses on diplomatic protocol and etiquette. We have courses on executive presence and leadership, grooming, cross-cultural international communication. Another key component of what we train is also events protocol. This is very key. We have people events each and every day. We train event organizers on how to handle events, because if you have an event organizer who understands protocol, then you'll have a very easy way to conduct an event. We also have professional protocol and officers training. Those who want to become professional protocol officers, we take them through our master class, protocol officers training, so that you become a certified protocol trainer, meaning a protocol expert. We take them to the. And we also have one-on-one executive coaching, whereby a CEO of an institution wants to be trained on matters of protocol and etiquette. One-on-one coaching is also conduct that. So we encourage our students, we encourage individuals to always register with us, so that we take them through the basics of protocol and etiquette, diplomatic protocol trainings. Because without protocol, without etiquette, I don't think we can live in a very peaceful way. Because as I told you in the beginning, we interact with protocol each and every day. You see, even our media institutions, protocol is key. These are aspects that we have seen when people coming into studio and you feel, you see.
All right.
But because you are not trained as a anchor or as a as a host, you might not understand or might not realize that this guest I'm having, maybe there's something wrong, or maybe they are. I've seen these people.
Yeah.
You know, this is wrong.
Yes.
When you're seated,
yes,
you don't need to
you don't need to do that.
You sit every day. Somebody is seated and they're fidgeting to baton.
At least I've gotten that right.
That right?
All right. My director informs me, Hemston informs me that we're out of time, but I'll give you 10 seconds for your closing statement. Yes.
Thank you so much for the invite. As Protocol Hub International, this is the way to go. This is the way to project protocol across the region, across the nation. That protocol is a key component in our institutions. Protocol is a key component in the government. Protocol and etiquette is a key component as an individual. In your lives of today, you need protocol and etiquette training for you to prosper and to have a better life. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. That has been the CEO, Protocol Hub International, Apollo John. And that has been a learning experience, if you ask me. But more of this, we will be keeping tabs in regards to that. Earlier on, we had talked about the roadmap to Kenya's 27-28 budget owing to the general election. And of course, it will be read a bit earlier. I think it's 2 months to June. So it's April. Yeah, around April there. But we will be keeping tabs with what we have been talking about here. But for now, I'm giving the Swahili desk the baton for Kurunzi Mashinani and Tamrini. For now, let's continue this conversation on our social media spaces. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ben Troy Njue, and Lensa Odingo is our sign language interpreter for this program. Thank you so much.